Welcome to your practice and welcome to the start of your day. We're going to ease into the day, starting with that mellow energy of the morning, laying on our backs, doing a few hip releases, and then we'll get into some chest opening, some front body hip flexor opening, a few standing poses, and then we'll end with a meditation. All you might want is a blanket, and then if you like blocks for standing poses, grab your blocks and meet me on your back. I don't know about you, but any time of day, this is always just a happy place to be. So when you find yourself on your back, tuck that right knee in, stretch your left leg forward, and invite any welcoming movement for you into that right hip, the ankle, the toes. And not rushing to wake up, but just beginning in this quiet space. And then we'll take that right knee across the body for a twist. So that left hand might guide the right knee. Stretch out with your right arm. And then easing back to center and switch your legs. Hug that left knee in, stretch your right leg forward, and then move that thigh, the hip, the ankle, the toes in any direction you choose. And then guiding that knee across the body for your twist. And starting to tune in to how you're feeling, any sensation that's alive in the body, any residue from the day, the week you've had so far, anything that's showing up on the mat with you. Okay, back to center, both feet down, and then figure four on the right side. Cross the ankle outside the thigh. Choose the variation that you like best. Maybe a little rock across the back of the pelvis. Again, we're just easing into things. Trying not to hurry ourselves along, but meeting ourselves where we are. Good, switch sides. And hopefully observing, at least I do myself, as my body starts to wake up, so does my mind. So starting with these shapes, starting with some movement, some stretches, just slowly meet the body and the mind, kind of creating a bridge so they inhabit the same space. Okay, let it go. Both feet down. And then last thing on the back, take a few windshield wipers with your legs side to side. Easy left to right. And the next time you pass through center, tuck the knees in, give the legs a squeeze, and then make your way to all fours, to hands and knees. And let's get the spine moving. So moving through some cat-cows or your own variations. Hips moving, head, neck, make some big circles, wag the tail. Shake the head out. And then meeting back on hands and knees. You're gonna walk the hands forward and wide, kind of aim for the corners of the mat, and then come up onto the fingertips. Drop the chest, drop the head towards the floor, but start to activate those arms. So push down through the finger pads, feel the underside of the arms lift, and then feel the tops of the thighs move back so the spine gets a nice traction. Good. Forehead might be on the ground depending on your proportions, but keeping those arms alive, active. Good. And then walk the hands back into your tabletop. Thread the left arm under the right. Come down onto that left ear. You know your options. You can keep that right hand there and twist. You could take the arm forward. You can interlace the fingers. Good. Back up to tabletop. Thread that right arm under the left. So not rushing, but also not spending a ton of time on any one thing. I'm just trying to get the whole body warmed up. The whole body ready to greet the day. Good. Back to hands and knees. Walk the hands forward, tuck those toes, downward facing dog. And move around in your dog, fidget, wiggle, whatever you need. Good. Bring the knees back to the ground. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Keep the left knee on the ground and then lift your chest up. We're going to interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, and take the arms up towards the ceiling. Feel the ribs lift away from the waist, the palms lift up towards the ceiling, let the shoulders float up. Good. And then bring the interlace to the base of the skull, so behind the head, hug the arms in, and then take a little bit of a back bend, so let that chest lift up. Head is staying active, neck is staying active, so you push the head into the hands. You're not just dipping the head back. Good. And then lift the chest. Bring the left hand down to the ground or block if you have it. Curl those left toes, lift the knee, and twist open to the right. Whatever your left hand is on, push down into that and lift up. And find a comfortable space for your neck to land. Take one more breath to reach. Good. Let it go. Down dog. And passing back through all fours to step the left foot forward, right knee down. Take the awkward interlace this time, so slide each finger down one, press the palms forward, lift the arms up. Feel the waist lift, feel the shoulders lift, feel the palms lift. Tall, tall, taller. And then take the hands, keep them clasped to the base of the skull, hug those arms in. Use the hands to actually lift the head away from the neck and then push the head back into the hands as you start to curl the chest up. Good. Release your back bend. Right hand to the ground. Lift the right knee. Twist to the left. Good. Think about going up with that left arm. Lift off of the right hand. Good. Turn towards that leg. Breathing in. Reach. And then release the hand. Step forward this time and fold over your legs. Good. You're going to lift halfway. Bend your left knee and twist to the right. So right arm up, left knee bends. Feel the top of that right thigh move back and your head move forward. Good, let it go. Switch, right hand down, right knee bends, twist to the left. Left arm up. Just like you did in that lunging twist, push the right hand down and go up through the left arm. And undo it. Pause in that forward fold. Any arm variation if you want a little sway, the back of the legs. Good. Release the arms. Come up halfway, hands to hips, pause, and then come the rest of the way up to standing. Okay, bending the knees, just a soft bend in the knees. I'll turn to face you. You're gonna cross the right ankle outside the left thigh. Sit back for your figure 4 balance. Hands can always go to a wall or a piece of furniture. Think about hip creases going back and down. And then push that right shin down and almost like you wanna drag it out to the right. Like sliding a typewriter or a skateboard. Whichever one feels more relatable. Neither one feels very relatable. Good, and then switch. So soft bend in the knees, just a shallow squat. Cross that left ankle. Go back and down with the hips, and then push that left shin down and drag that left shin out to the left. Good, let it go. Standing up, and then take a wide step out, so meet me facing that long edge of your mat, toes forward. And again, I'll mirror you. We're gonna take the right toes out, left toes in, and bend the knees for warrior 2. Okay, take a moment to drop the arms. You might give them a little shake. Imagine they were made of helium, and then let them float up and out. Stretch the arms wide. Look out over the right fingertips. Start to feel things coming a little more on board. Feel the strength of the legs, but staying soft in your mind, soft in your heart. At side angle pose, forearm to thigh. Take that left arm up and over. And in your mind, draw that big line from your left fingertips down through your left leg and stretch. Good. And then straighten your right leg, triangle pose. So you can use your blocks for all of these shapes, or use the back of the hand to the inside of that calf. Turning without force, but using the core, using those rotational muscles to turn. Good. And then like someone's pulling you up, back into your warrior 2. A breath to pause. And then release the arms, release the legs, and switch sides. Turn those left toes out, right toes in, warrior 2. Maybe give the arms a shake. Imagine they were made of helium. Let them float up and out. And side angle pose, forearm to thigh, right arm up and over. And draw that line out through the right side, out through the right fingertips, down through that right waist, and committed down through that right heel. Push it into the ground. Good. Straighten your leg, triangle pose. Remember all of the twists that we've done, you push out of that bottom hand. So you're not pushing into the leg, but lift out of that arm to go up with the top. Imagine your shoulder blades spreading wide apart. Good. And then to come up, you're going to bend that knee back to warrior 2. Take a breath to hold. And release the arms, pivot both toes forward, and fold down the middle. Any variation, or if you'd rather an active inversion, now's your time. Go to the wall, take a handstand, forearm balance. Or if you're okay with this more passive version, taking a few breaths to let the brain drop below the heart. Good. Okay, if you're actively inverting, finding a forward fold or child's pose, we're going to meet in down dog, and you can pivot from where you are, or you can come all the way up to standing, step back. Good. And then bring the knees down and sit back on your heels. We're going to do a few active back bends. Always good to bring the energy up. So we're going to start with some baby camels. You're going to bring the fingertips to the ground behind you, roll your shoulders back, lift your hips off the heels. And then when you come up, push the hands down, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and lift the chest. I like to look down with my eyes, with my gaze, but you can always drop the head back if that feels better for you. Good. Hips to heels. Come up to a sit and pause. Good. One more time through. Hands behind you. I like fingertips to the sides. You can point the fingers back. You can always bring blocks or a bolster under the hands if the ground feels far away this morning. And then lift your hips, roll the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades lift into the back, like supportive hands trying to lift the heart. Good. Hips to heels. Come up to that seat and pause. All right, and then come all the way down onto your belly. A few more back bends. And bring the arms back by your sides. Lift the shoulders first, then the head and the chest, and then float those arms up. And if you want to add, float the legs. Locust pose. Imagine I was trying to push the arms down, push the legs down. You're resisting me by lifting up. A nice broad chest. Good. And then lower down. Take a moment to rest. You can stack the palms, roll the hips. All right, this time, bending your knees. We're not going to make the clasp, but you're going to reach back like you want to hold on. Lift those shoulders, head, chest, arms. Push the feet up towards the ceiling. And imagine you wanted to grab the feet. You're reaching back. Feet are trying to push up. Good, nice strong breath. And let it go. Again, a place to rest. Feel free to rock the hips. All right, then come onto your forearms. Interlace the fingers. Curl the toes. Forearm plank. You can always keep the knees down, especially if, like me, you're working with anything. Still can't do quite a bit of core work and back bends after pregnancy. So modify as you need. Keep that head lifted though. Take 3 breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling 1. Inhaling. Exhaling 2. Inhaling. Exhaling 3. Good. Drop the knees if they're lifted. Press back into a child's pose. Breathe wide across the ribs. Fill the back of the lungs. And feel free to linger. You're finding a seat. We're going to end with a brief meditation. So this is where maybe you want your blanket or your cushion. You can also lie down if you want to. Careful you don't fall back asleep. Hopefully you're feeling a little more energized. Okay, find that comfortable seat. Find that gesture you like to take. Eyes can be closed or open. If they're open, dropping your gaze. Just a few feet on the floor in front of you in that loose, unfocused manner. A moment to acknowledge what's beneath you. A moment to acknowledge yourself for carving out the time to get here. And a moment to acknowledge, remind yourself of anything that you want to carry into this day. How do you want to move through your day? So when you get to the other side of it, you get to the end of the day, what is that quality or that feeling that you want to have? And bringing your hands to your heart or the palms in prayer. Taking a slow breath in. Generous breath out. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have the most wonderful day.